John, thank you for joining me this morning. Talk about your candidacy for sheriff for Nevada County. So, 18 years, Grass Valley Police Department, and then a year and a half off, and then running for sheriff. So, tell me what happened?
Well, it was an interesting transaction in my life because I really wasn't ready to step aside. But unfortunately, our son came home from a university with a 4-year degree in communications, do his resume, his cover letter, and had a seizure and hit his head, and we discovered he had brain cancer. So that pretty much changed our life. So I stepped aside to focus on getting his cognitive function back. We didn't know the cancer was going to continue to grow or not, and the good news is the cancer stopped growing. He lives on his own. He's a community service officer with Nevada City Police Department part-time, and so his life is different. Our life is different as a family, but people asked me to run for sheriff. They said, John, we loved what you did at Grass Valley. We loved how you changed the culture of that organization. We want the same thing for the sheriff's office. We know you can do it. Will you run for sheriff? And I said, absolutely.
Well, that's great news for your family, for sure.
It is.
So give our viewers a little bit about your background.
Sure. I've been in the business for 35 years. I started my career off in Palo Alto, rose through the ranks, did a whole host of assignments. I was a patrol watch commander where I oversaw 28 officers and 3 sergeants. My last job was in personnel and training, lieutenant. Responsible for 175 employees and managed all personnel issues, hiring, discipline, risk management, training, promotion, and after 13 years, went on to be a captain, Corvallis, Oregon, where I was the number 2 in charge of patrol, where I oversaw about 50 officers and sergeants and lieutenants, and was there for about 5 years, and journeyed on to Grass Valley. And I was fortunate to be the police chief for almost 18 years. And during that time frame, very proud of the culture shift that transpired during my tenure. We created better services, more community engagement, a deep level of trust, and that was accomplished because I recognized the number one asset, your employees. Provide them the tools, resources, mentoring, the highest ethical environment, respect for all employees and all individuals, and then we also recognize the importance of engagement with the community, with our nonprofits, our youth, those without homes, our public safety partners, and came down and sat down and talked about how to resolve issues long-term and prevent issues whenever possible. So that's the career. As far as education, I have a master's degree, University of San Francisco in public administration, a bachelor's degree in criminal justice from Sacramento State University, a whole host of leadership training, including the graduate of the FBI Leadership Institute. And I feel that based on my experience, my proven track record in leadership, that I can take the sheriff's office to the next level.
So what are the issues that you find that you feel the sheriff's department is facing in the next 4 years?
Well, I've had the fortunate ability to be campaigning for over 15 months. I've been all over Nevada County, and what has been affirmed with me, with my beliefs and the beliefs of talking with people are, first of all, people want the county to be safe. They want a safe place to live, play, and work. And we will accomplish that by working with our community policing best practices, our law enforcement partners, and holding those accountable that want to cause harm in our community. We have a serious homeless challenge, and we need to take that from a regional law enforcement perspective to basically come up with a plan like I had in Grass Valley, where you help those that want to get help to change their lifestyle, and you hold those accountable. We also need to work in the jail harder with more substance abuse and mental illness robust programs. 50% of the people in Wayne Brown have mental illness issues. 90% have substance abuse, alcohol issues. So let's help those people break that cycle and get them back to be productive. We also need to work with our schools. Safety plans need to be enhanced.
Absolutely.
We need to look at best practices. We need to take a more robust approach dealing with our opioid and heroin issues in our community. And finally, we need to work with the employees and give them, the deputies, the tools, the resources, and mentoring they need to meet the needs of Nevada County, your needs. So that's just a flavor.
So the other candidates are talking, are bringing up the subject that you haven't actually administered the sheriff office, or you worked for Grass Valley Police, but haven't worked for the sheriff department. How would you respond to that?
I would say that it's disappointing that they even think that, because you know, being a CEO of a company, your skills are transferable, and you know, being a leader of an organization versus a middle manager, you get a breadth of experience that you don't get at middle management level. You're the final decision maker on all hiring, discipline, promotions, policy implementation. You're the one that goes forward before the elected bodies to create new policies, like what I did for excessive panhandling, how to deal with that, how to deal with chronic neighbors and tenants and holding them accountable, creating a daytime truancy ordinance. So the issue is that as a CEO of a company, those skills are only learned being in that position. And where I say it's disappointing is they say, well, you don't have any experience. Well, there's 4 current police chiefs who have been elected to be sheriffs in in California. And those are Santa Barbara County, San Mateo County, Madera County, and Los Angeles County. All former police chiefs, no experience in sheriff's office. Los Angeles County is the largest sheriff's office in the nation. They're all doing a great job. So to say that you have to be within a sheriff's office, no. To say that you have to have leadership experience, being a CEO, being the person in charge, you need that experience. And they're demonstrating that they didn't have that former experience of being in the sheriff's office, but they had that CEO experience as a police chief that was transferable to run a sheriff's organization.
Sure. And then finally, John, give us a list of your endorsements.
Oh my goodness. I've been very fortunate that several people have in the community, over 500 endorsements, such as Nick and Amanda Wilcox. But from a professional side, I have all the former police chiefs of Nevada City, Truckee. I have the Police Officers Association's endorsements for Nevada City, Truckee, Grass Valley Police Department. I have the endorsement of the Central Sierra Police Chiefs Association, the endorsement of the California Police Chiefs Association. I have current Board of Supervisor Anderson endorsing me, former Boards of Supervisor Peter Van Zant, John Spencer, Barbara Green endorsing me. I have the former Mayor Gerard Trussoni and other council members endorsing me. I have the endorsement of former Sheriff, Nevada County Sheriff Troy Arbaugh, former San Mateo County Sheriff Carlos Bolanos, former Undersheriff of Nevada County John Trotter, and the list goes on and on. I'm quite honored and quite blessed to have the endorsement of a whole cross-section of people, but also the professional endorsements that show my leadership and my experience.
Okay. We're speaking with John Foster today, candidacy for the Nevada County Sheriff with the election coming up in a few days. John, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.